So nothing else better to do except sit at the Mobile Airport
The Mobile, Alabama airport.
back from our cruise. We're gonna give you a lowdown of our experience the last 5 days or so.
Last 5 days were filled with lots of laughter and adventure, but also a lot of fitness. You know?
Yeah. Oh yeah. True.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, we almost died getting down here.
Yeah. Okay. So
Okay, like,
here's
it was
the
so scary.
411 on what happened. So our flight got delayed out of Buffalo. So long story short, we had to reroute. Instead of coming into Mobile, we had to fly into Gulfport, which is only about an hour and some change outside of Mobile. But we couldn't schedule an Uber because we were flying in around midnight. So we couldn't schedule an Uber. And I asked our Airbnb host if she knew of anybody that could come get us. You know, we would compensate them, but anyone that could just pick us up at the airport and take us to the Airbnb. And she said, sure, she would pick us up.
We thought, what a blessing! Wow, she's
Yeah.
offering to come get us an hour away because we had to go to a different airport.
Yeah.
But then,
So we get down to Gulfport, and I get a text message from her saying, my dad is coming to get you. And I'm like, okay. And so plans changed a little bit, whatever. And she's like, he should be there in 10 to 15 minutes. So we get our luggage, we go outside, and we wait. And we wait. And we wait.
and the other passengers all getting picked up and leave, and it's getting like there's nobody there.
Yeah, it's like 12:30 at night. We're the only two people at the airport standing outside. And so, we called her dad, and I was like, this is Molly. Where are you? We need a ride. And he's like, I'm on my way. I'll be there in, 20 minutes.
I had to get some gas.
You had to get some gas, is what he said. And at this point, I don't know her dad. I don't know what he looks like. I don't even know her. She's just our Airbnb host. And so 30 minutes go by, and we call him again. And
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, where are you at? If it's that much of a trouble, we'll get a taxi over from Gulfport to Mobile. He's like, no, I'm almost there. And then in the background of him talking, we hear another voice, and I'm like,
He says, "We're almost there."
Yeah, he's like, we're almost there, and I'm like, oh my gosh, who's? I'm like, what's happening? Are we like gonna get kidnapped? And
We're in Mississippi,
he's feeding us to the swamp
Gulfport,
puppies.
Mississippi, Nowhereville.
Yeah, nowhere. And so, like 20 more minutes go by, and finally this car pulls up, and it's two older guys. So between my dad and I, we could have
took them.
we could have taken them.
Could have
taken them. But I was I was sketched out, and
Then we're driving to the house, is where his daughter's Airbnb is. Right, we're on the highway.
Yeah.
And then he starts whispering over to his buddy. He's like, we gotta make a pit stop. I'm like,
and at this point, it's
Pit stop?
1 a.m. and we've been up since 6 a.m. And I'm like, that's it, Dad. We're
gonna die.
We're gonna die. I'm texting Connor the will because we're gonna die. And turns out the one guy just had to go to the bathroom, but it was very sketchy. And so finally, after an hour and some change driving with these two random people that we've never met, never talked to, we did have some good conversation, but they dropped us off at the Airbnb, in which we did not know it was in the middle of downtown Mobile, Alabama, where all the bars are at. So, there's just glass shattering outside. You can hear people yelling, and it's like, oh, okay, well, we didn't need to sleep anyways. We're going on a cruise.
Yep.
So, but God was watching over us.
Amen.
Nothing happened.
Amen.
We got from point A to point B safely.
Yep.
It's just definitely an adventure.
Yep.
A little sketchy, to say the least. So
we got on the boat.
Yep.
We get lined up on the boat. There were little scooters everywhere.
Unbeknownst to us, it was the geriatrics cruise.
Which was a good thing, but
we were the youngest people there.
yes, we
But
were
everyone
among
had
the
a
youngest.
scooter. Everyone had a scooter or a wheelchair, and but everyone was really nice. A lot of cruises we've been on, it's hit or miss. Either you're bombarded with kids and rude people, and
Yep.
it's all about me, and then you have the cruises where you meet some wonderful people, and hear their life stories, and that's what I'm for.
Right.
So we met a couple great people. We met Miss Annette and Mr. Dwayne. He's
Yep.
a pastor out of Arkansas.
Yep.
A couple of the workers we met, they were so nice. One was from Zimbabwe. She's
Yep.
going home to her daughter in January.
Yep.
Yeah. Had a great time doing a lot of trivia.
Yep.
Playing a lot of dice.
Yep.
We got to
Yep.
see A Wonder of the World, the Chichen Itza ruins.
Yep.
And our tour guide Manny, phenomenal. We will be leaving him a good review.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, if
I remember.
if you guys ever go to Yucatan Progreso, highly recommend going on that tour, that excursion.
Yeah.
Beautiful to see.
Different. Yeah, it was a great crowd on this cruise. I mean, we typically cruise out of Florida. First time we've ever been to Mobile, Alabama, but definitely a southern group of people.
Southern hospitality.
Yeah, a lot of college football fans, man.
Yeah.
Roll Tide, baby, roll Tide. A lot of that, man. A lot of that. The one sports bar was packed yesterday.
It's a Florida State game against somebody.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I forget. Some states don't have a NFL football team to root for.
Right.
Obviously we do, but
Yeah.
some don't. So college football is like their go-to.
Yep.
So, but yeah, everyone was super nice. Food was great. Lots of laughter, lots of adventures and memories.
Super nice people.
Got our steps in.
Yep.
Got most of our sleep in. Water intake, cold showers, protein.
Yeah.
Well, I had one protein. You had more, but
Yeah.
it's all available on the cruise ship. All you have to do is want to achieve. Want to achieve some goals.
It's tough, man. It's tough. Boy, you're on a cruise ship, and I don't know. You see a lot of people that don't get around very well, and they should be able to get around a lot better. You know what I mean? It's tough, and I don't think people are happy that way. I just don't. But here's me and Molly 8 o'clock at night, powering through our steps on the course.
Yeah, doing laps around.
We were probably one of the
the
few weirdos on the plane, doing that
Yeah.
stuff. But
I mean,
it was all good.
There was a couple younger people on
There
the
was
ship,
some.
and they're just hanging out in the smoking section, drinking their hand at 8 a.m., which is cool. It's their vacation too, but it's like,
Yeah.
I would like to live to 100 and, try to keep myself slightly active.
Like a little bit like a disaster. I don't think people want to be that way. I just don't. So
Yeah.
get in the Walt Warriors group. Share, follow.
Yeah, lots of good tips.
was
And
good.
even if you're new at getting into, you want to be healthy. That's the first step.
Yeah.
Is you want to make the change, but
Right.
that group is there. I mean, a lot of us are new. I'm not some pro bodybuilder, but we're there to help encourage each other and to give
You're getting muscles. Look at that.
5 cents to touch that. It's chicken wing. A lot of us are there to encourage each other and just provide some helpful tips and stuff like that. But yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And
Thank you for the cruise.
oh, absolutely,
Thank
Dad.
you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Yep.
going with me.
Yep. Father's Day.
Late Father's Day
Yippee!
gift.
So,
And yeah, go Bills.
that's it. Go
Go
where?
Bills.
Go Bills.
Go
Bills.
Bills make me want to
All
shout.
right.
Woo!
Well, we got a late flight out of here, so we got many more hours before we take off. We'll be getting in late tonight, but soaking up some sun before we head back to New York.
Yeah.
Love everybody.
Bye,
God bless you
guys.
guys. Take care.